Shalom. Call halal Yahweh Ba'Shem Shai Ba'Shem Rakak. Double honors into the apostles, double honors into the elder bishops. Salutations to all my fellow laborers doing this work in truth and sincerity, risking their lives and their freedom to do so now more so than ever. To the scattered elect that are scattered around the four corners of the earth, among the heathens, the Israelite foreigners, among the heathens that look like the heathens, and to the Akwaf that are listening and learning, to you, I say Shalom. This is your brother Malcolm from the branch of the Great Millstone here in Chicago, coming into another lesson in truth. And I turned on the computer and, it gives you the whole, the videos. And if it wasn't for the KRS video and the Peruvian necktie system, the whole thing would be about the end of the world, soldiers in World War III. Those two are kind of in the middle, because I guess, it puts up what you often look at. So, and I don't really look at KRS videos. I used that one yesterday for a video, the one with him talking about that old rap song about Abraham and Abraham's people being so-called black people. All right, and that's the only reason that's up there. And then of course, I'm into jiu-jitsu, so I probably was looking at some jiu-jitsu videos. But nevertheless, when you look at the seriousness of what's on the screen, you see the violence of the racial hatred of the divide. All this leads up to Jacob's trouble. You got a 90-day survival bunker, thing right here. You got the Canadian prepper. It's about to get ugly. Get ready for battle. Then you have this farmer, this brown man who will call himself black. He's the president of the National Black Farmers Association. All right, and basically talk about, I watched that video a couple days ago. I meant to do a lesson on it, never got around to it. But he talked about how we're in a crisis, and everything you're looking on the screen is on point and accurate, and prophecies it's all coming together. This is Second Ezra, the 15th and the 16th chapter, all in your face, man, all in your face. So today, after I had a training session with my client in the park, and there's on the lagoon there in Lincoln Park. Lincoln Park is one of the, it's a really nice park here in Chicago, and it's a lot in Lincoln Park. So we went to a little restaurant for lunch. He treated me to lunch, so we went and sat down on the lagoons, and we just in conversation. We sitting there having lunch. And I'm looking out at the water, at the ducks and the turtles and the damn geese and all that stuff. And he just starts talking about current events, and he was like, "Hey, maybe that UFO chariot stuff you're always talking about," because he said the government sure is talking about UFOs a lot. And he said maybe them chariots need to come here and set this place straight, man, because he's 57 and just had his first child. He married a woman that was like in her mid-30s. And she pressured him for a child, and he was like, so now he's worried and thinking about things he never worried about, and he's worried about, he just wants to make it till she's at least 15 to 17, and and I'm like, and I'm thinking to myself, bro, she don't have that, you don't have that long, America don't have that long, it doesn't, and he said maybe these chariots can make it right, so. And the day before, he talked about how he don't know what's right. He can't say anything in conversation because, that I'm a colonizer and I'm a white guy. Because his wife is a really dark-fleshed Indian woman, about as dark as the brother on the gun that parents' COVID made him do it. Video there. His wife is about the same complexion as her. And it's funny, they don't call her black though. But she's what you refer to as an East Indian. and she's about the same complexion as the brother with the glasses on, but yet no one calls her black. So I wonder what that's all about. But he said, so he's like, well, my forefathers are dead and gone. So are all white people supposed to pay for what's going on? When is this gonna be over, and when is it gonna be fixed, and when we just gonna like move forward? And I'm like, well, when the Lord comes back, He is gonna straighten it up. So I'm gonna answer that question now. I've rambled enough. I've rambled way too long actually. So let me go right to the scriptures. This is Wisdom of Solomon 5:1. And it reads, Then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness before the face of such as afflicted him and made no account of his labors. And see, we're standing boldly before them to tell them this truth. And his concern about those chariots, those are the vessels of the Most High. That's the Air Force. That's the Lord's army, His chariots. All right. He has the Air Force, and then He has a ground force. And so let me see if we can pull up this video here. All right. Look at that right there. That's in the clouds, man. They opened up the clouds. There's clearly a chariot. What could it be? Well, it's not a UFO. Those are the chariots of the Most High, man. That's the curse. And I'm going to read that goeth forth over the whole planet. Then you have this going on.
Next week, Congress will hold an open congressional hearing about UFO'S, yes, unidentified flying objects. This is the first time this is happening, a hearing in over 50 years. Two top defense intelligence officials are slated to answer questions from the House Intelligence Committee. The hearing coming on the heels of an intelligence report last year, you may remember, that we featured. It found the vast majority of the 144 incidents of unidentified aerial phenomena
144
reviewed over the last 2 decades could not be explained, and were not the work of the U.S.
So that's what it can be explained. The prophets of the Lord have been explaining it all along, and I'm going to continue explaining it now. That's the chariots are coming to pick up the Israelites and coming to destroy the so-called white man's power structure. And Congress is actually having a meeting over it, and this is serious business. Now, people who talked about so-called UFOs and things like that will call conspiracy nuts. And the funny thing is, too, about a lot of things, being in history, medical, or whatever, the conspiracy people are actually winning, because it turns out that the conspiracy people seem to be right almost in almost every category. Just saying. But Wisdom of Solomon 5:2, it says, When they see it, they shall be troubled with terrible fear, and shall be amazed at the strangeness of His salvation, so far beyond all that they look for. And so these chariots are the salvation of the elect of Israel. Not all of Israel, only the elect. And they spell the destruction and the end of the power structure of the so-called white man. His governments, his armies, nothing that he has and that he can do is going to be able to stop these chariots whenever the Lord decides to make that move and come like a thief in the night. All right. And it says, And they repenting and groaning for anguish of spirit shall say within themselves, This is he whom we have sometimes in derision and a proverb and a reproach. We will call niggas and spiggers, coons, monkeys, porch monkeys, beaners, blacks, Africans, Hispanics, we will call all native Indians. We will call all these bywords, and we are a reproach unto them. And yes, we have been in complete derision unto them. And then it says, We fools account this life madness, and his end to be without honor. How is he numbered among the children of God, and how is his lot among the saints? So this question is only going to really be asked to the masses, because the elites, and also because of the prophets of the Lord being on the highways and byways and on the on the internet, as it was prophesied in the Bible in Psalms the 19th chapter. All right, that's how the gospel went to the four corners of the earth. Because the gospel, what they sent to the four corners of the earth with Cesare Borgia, the false image of Christ, when everybody see this white guy say that's Jesus, that's the lie. And that lie has been gone around the earth for over 500 years now, and the Lord still hasn't come. So you know that's not the truth. The prophet's been on the internet since 2007, and look at the condition of the world. Look how many prophecies are have come to pass and are actually in motion. All right. So yeah, let me see. And it says, let me read verse 6. Therefore, this is what Wisdom of Solomon 5 and 6. Therefore, we erred from the way of truth, and the light of righteousness have not shined unto us, and the sun of righteousness rose not upon us. So, the truth is now in the world, man. The truth of the Lord returning. Okay, let me find this other video. And why? Because of the mistreatment of his people. Like you said, these people that you had in derision. Okay.
Government.
So hold on.
Next week,
let's I didn't mean to do that. Here we go. Where are you at? Where's the Iscarite, brother? There's a video called Ask the Mexican. And he goes in. There we go. But before him, hers, because hers is short. She asks a simple question.
So we can send $33 billion to Ukraine, but Philadelphia's out here looking like this.
Damn. That's Philly. Well, they made the Rocky movies for real. Look at that. That shit is crazy. That look like underground Wacker Drive underneath downtown.
So we can send $33 billion to Ukraine, but Philadelphia's out here looking like this.
Yeah, that looks like underground Wacker Drive in some spots, because downtown Chicago's all glittery and lights, but you go to them underground things and you got, it looks like that down there with the homeless. The underbelly. But we can send all that money to these other people, but we can't help Americans. Here we go.
There's fuckery going on. Because it's funny how the blacks here, the original Indians, they got overthrown, right? They even put some of them into slavery and shit. Yet none of them now are getting any sort of land, getting any sort of, I guess, money.
Reparations.
Dude,
is the word he was looking for.
I live close to Temecula. Okay, basically, I'm out here in Southern California. I have a friend. This dude gets $10,000 a month.
Can you believe that?
This Siberian man. Okay, and you gotta think like that's fucked. Like this is one of the biggest secrets in history, man. And if you don't
see how dark those Mayans were,
or the Aboriginal Negro here, okay, the Black Indian, that's not legit. Look at the Olmecs. Look at the Olmec heads, dude.
Yeah.
Okay. They still can't even get a full carbon dating on the thing because of how old it is.
And those Olmecs,
there's 1,000 years of history.
There's an explanation for that. Those are actually images of Hamites who came here and left those here. But nevertheless, the point he's making is very, very true. There's no justice to the people who've really suffered, because like he said, you got these Siberians getting this money, the small hats getting millions. The Koreans got a whole lot of money after the Korean War. As a matter of fact, if I'm not mistaken, I think they gave them all 10 grand in the bank, a house, a car to start with, or something to that effect. The ones that were here in America. All right, so the Koreans got a lot. But the people who built America up for free, that were hung, mistreated, you have to understand there's a reason for all that mistreatment. First of all, it was punishment from on high for our disobedience. But Esau, Edom forwarded the punishment, and they were just fulfilling prophecy. So just as manifest destiny was actually prophecy, and they boasted in it, there's a part two to manifest destiny, and that part is them being taken down, them losing everything, and the saints of the Most High taking the kingdom. All right, because they have to pay for all that they've done. All right, and because what they do, they remove landmarks. They did all sorts of things that they were not supposed to do, which brings to mind another video. Let me find my girl, the race trader. I am a race trader. I love this chick. Because she be putting them on blast, man. But let's find her. Oh, there she is.
Are you dumb, stupid, or dumb? Canada is a white settler state. The US is a white settler state. Argentina is a white settler state. Brazil is a white settler state. New Zealand is a white settler state. South Africa is a white settler state. Australia is a white settler state. Israel Palestine is a white settler state. The extermination of the local population and the replacement by European squatters is called white supremacy. Are you dumb, stupid, or dumb?
She said, are you dumb, stupid, or dumb? And everything she said was on point and accurate. But they don't want to admit that they're squatters, that they're murderers, that they're thieves, and they still want to, give this whole thing about how pious and Christians and good people they are and all the good things that they've done. That sound like the Johnny Mac said, they want to destroy all the images of Jefferson and of George Washington, because they own slaves. That's been so long ago. But what about all the good things they done? They did nothing good, Johnny Mac. They did nothing good, man. They took and put in slavery and in bondage the people of the Most High, and broke all kinds of laws, the Lord's laws, while claiming to be the Lord's people, And this is Proverbs 23:10, and it reads, "Remove not the old landmark, and enter not into the fields of the fatherless." So they did all of that, man. They removed landmarks and removed the people, and removed the resources. All right? That's what they did, man. All right, matter of fact, let's go to Deuteronomy now. 27:17, Deuteronomy. 27:17, and it says, "Cursed be he that removeth his neighbor's landmark, and all the people shall say, amen." And they are cursed. And that curse is going to come in the form of these so-called UFOs or IFOs or unidentified flying aerial phenomena, whatever they call them, UADs. All right. But let's go ahead and get that Zechariah and put the icing on the cake, man. Because, it's just like it says on the screen. It's about to get real ugly. And this is get ready for battle. There's about to be a lack of food. Then you got the racial tension. Then you got your preppers. This is getting ready to be really, really nasty. All right? But this is Zechariah 5:1, and it reads, "And then I turned and lifted up my eyes and looked, and behold, a flying roll. And he said unto me, What seest thou? And I answered, I see a flying roll, and the length thereof is 20 cubits, and the breadth thereof 10 cubits. Then he said unto me, This is the curse that goeth forth over the whole face of the earth. For everyone that stealeth shall be cut off, as is on this side according to it. And everyone that sweareth shall be cut off on that side as according to it." So the so-called white man, not only did he steal the people of the Lord, he stole their country. He stole their heritage. All right. Then he stole them. As a matter of fact, she named the list. Do I have to remind you? Let's go back.
Canada is a white settler state. The US is a white settler state. Argentina is a white settler state. Brazil is a white settler state. New Zealand is a white settler state. South Africa is a white settler state. Australia is a white settler state. Israel Palestine is a white settler state. The extermination of the local population and the replacement by European squatters is called white supremacy. Are you dumb, stupid, or dumb?
There it is.
Canada is a white settler.
So there is going to be a blood payment with that. All right. So what they call UFOs or UADs, the same way they want to demonize and discredit us, they're gonna be coming to us and begging us for answers and begging us for mercy. All right, and they're gonna get none of it. All right, So with that, we're going to give all praises, all honor and glory unto Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Rakak Wadash, Wa Abba Babal Kwam Yasharala Shalom.